Shelton-Bunkley. Most of you guys know me as LB Bunkley Shelton, and I'm here to talk about tattoos. Most of you guys know, or you don't know, the oldest figure that was recovered by tattoos is in the tomb in Japan around 5000 BCE. Rumors has had it that the ancient Greeks used tattoos around the 5th century to communicate with each other to determine if there's spies or not. Later, Romans have used tattoos to mark slavery or even criminals, and that's bled all the way through the 1920s. As gang members grew in the 1920s in America, tattoos have grown as well. Tattoos has been a symbol of gang relationships all the way through the 1920s, 1980s, and I've always wondered, like, why did they need to mark themselves? Like, can't they just say I'm part of this, I'm part of that? But in prison, you don't know who is who, but in tattoos has helped people to like know who to hang out with and who to trust and who not to trust. And that was always like reminded me of like my grandma. I had a conversation a few years ago. She's always said that like tattoos are gang related because where she's from, El Salvador, if you have tattoos, you're a part of a gang, no matter what it is. And me being young, not really caring, like blah, 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 yeah. A few years go by, don't have not one tattoo, and I want one back. But then I started to remember like what my grandmother had said. I started asking myself questions. Am I going, is this right for me? Will I get a job? I started freaking out. But then I realized nowadays, it's the 21st century, people it doesn't really matter. For example, University of Oregon DN pass rusher, one of the greatest, you can say. He went to NFL draft and a reporter started asking him about his tattoos. Nothing negative, it was all positive. They were interested. I realized that tattoos can actually help me to get where I want to go. For an example, like you see that I have tattoos. I have my mom's name, her area code, my second last name, my first last name, and then I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, Philippians 4:13. I have my dad's and his heartbeat when he had passed. All my tattoos mean something, no matter if it's little, big, small, it doesn't matter. It means something. It means something to me. I try to figure out like how to express myself within tattoos. Nowadays, this generation is ran by the youth. Tattoos are ran by the youth. They see as body art or tattoos as a self-expression. The older generation sees it as like, oh, you're a criminal or you're part of something that's bad. But that's honestly the past, and we need to focus on the future. The future is bright. And thank you.